Sticks and stones may break my bones, but these disses will kill me with laughter. Hey everyone, I'm Rebecca and welcome to Watch Mojo. Today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 funniest TV show insults.
What? Nothing. Little word game, exercise the brain. Twit!
Turd burglar.
That means we're looking at the funniest insults delivered by characters on TV. You don't say. Also, there may be some minor spoilers ahead. Obviously, we cannot fit every funny insult from the history of television into a top 10 list, so be sure to share your favorites in the comments. All right, let's get to the list. Number 10, the opposite, Community. Abed is a guy who takes TV shows much more seriously than most. So when one of his favorite shows is delayed, his friend Britta tries to cheer him up by introducing him to a new show.
Better than nothing. Thanks, Britta.
However, when Abed reaches the end of the show, he goes into a catatonic state, leaving his best friend Troy furious with Britta.
You are human tennis elbow. You are a pizza burn on the roof of the world's mouth. You are the opposite of Batman.
Troy unleashes a verbal tirade, referring to her as not only human tennis elbow and a pizza burn on the roof of the world's mouth, but also the opposite of Batman. We're not entirely sure what that means, and neither is Britta, as shown by her failed attempt to use the insult.
You're racist pedophiles! You're the opposites of Batman!
You don't know what that means!
But it's still a very creative and hilarious jab. Number 9, sarcasm binge, Friends. Easily the most sarcastic and arguably the funniest member of the group of 6 friends, Chandler Bing is always ready with a witty or biting remark. However, some of his funniest insults actually happen when he's denied the ability to dole them out.
In fact, I'll bet you $50 you can't go the whole year without making fun of us. You know what? Better yet, a week.
A New Year's bet with Ross forces Chandler to refrain from insulting his friends for a week, which proves physically painful for him, since all of them provide so much ammo, especially Ross.
Does nobody else see that Ross is wearing leather pants? Someone comment on the pants!
At last, when Chandler cannot take it anymore, he hands over the money and lets out a week's worth of insults in hilarious fashion.
Phoebes, flying a jet? Better make it a spaceship so you can get back to your home planet. And Ross, phone call for you today. Tom Jones, he wants his pants back. And Hornswoggle, what are you, dating a character from Fraggle Rock?
Number 8, Like a Temple, The Golden Girls. The 4 main cast members of this show may be golden, but their tongues are barbed. An impossibly large number of wicked insults are delivered throughout the series, to the point where it's tough to narrow it down, but this is without a doubt among our favorites. When the promiscuous Blanche boasts that she doesn't have to worry about getting sick since she treats her body like a temple, Sophia takes the comparison a little further.
I treat my body like a temple. Yeah, open to everyone, day or night.
Ouch! Blanche's self-care is gonna need to include an ice pack for that burn. Number 7, Embarrassment, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Captain Raymond Holt is usually an unflappably serious man, but around his nemesis, Madeline Wunsch, he spits pure venom.
The shriveled husk of Raymond Holt.
Look, Gina, is that a talking raisin?
Their endless bickering has given us ample material over the seasons, but while Holt calling Wunsch a talking raisin was amazing, arguably his best put down was just plain honest. On one of the rare occasions when Holt apologizes to Wunsch, albeit to help his station, Wunsch lists off the reasons she dislikes him, including that Holt supposedly embarrassed her in front of baseball legend Derek Jeter.
You embarrassed me in front of Derek Jeter.
You embarrassed yourself in front of Derek Jeter.
Holt's reply is delivered so convincingly, and Wunsch looks so guilty, that we can't help but feel it's actually true. That is a tactical strike right there. Number 6, Wrong Order, Arrested Development. The Bluth family is seriously dysfunctional, and so they frequently take shots at one another. However, our pick for one of the funniest jibes in Arrested Development stands out from the crowd for having been delivered by the comparatively nice Michael. Like most of his family, Michael is baffled by his son George Michael's interest in Anne Beal, whom they all find to be painfully dull. This opinion is accidentally conveyed to his son when he tells him that it's clear that he and Anne care for each other, although his bungling of a common phrase makes his real feelings about her pretty clear.
Do you think we really do?
A father can tell, okay? It's as Anne as it knows on Plain's face.
Number 5, Under a Microscope, Frasier. This Cheers spin-off series has a whole host of witty insults, many of them delivered by Frasier's brother Niles.
Give him some sound brotherly advice.
She's the devil, Frasier. Run fast, run far.
His burn of Frasier's agent is a perfect example. However, our pick goes to the titular radio psychiatrist himself. In one episode, Frasier takes a call in which the caller asks for help on what to name his new boat.
So what do you think it should be called? Lulabelle or the Intrepid?
Roger, at Cornell University, they have an incredible piece of scientific equipment known as the tunneling electron microscope.
In response, Frasier describes in detail a powerful microscope capable of examining atoms. For a moment, he seems about to deliver a powerful life lesson.
Roger, if I were using that microscope right now, I still wouldn't be able to locate my interest in your problem.
But actually, he's just explaining how little he cares about the caller's dilemma. Number 4, neck growth, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Will Smith's character on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is pretty much the embodiment of cool. However, his character's cousin Carlton is a huge, lovable dork. And, more often than not, this means that he winds up serving as the butt of the joke.
Make ready to contact the spirits.
Seemed like somebody made contact with one too many spirits, you know?
When the entire family is cursed by a spiritualist in this Halloween episode, Carlton once again gets it worse than most, ending up with his hair dyed an obnoxious shade of yellow. Will rubs it in when he feigns spotting something hideous growing from Carlton's neck.
Carlton, what is that hideous thing growing out of your neck?
What? Where?
Oh, never mind. It's just your head.
Immature? Sure, but it's all in good fun. Number 3, That's Your Brain, That 70s Show. Practically everyone in this show delivers a good burn at some point, but the undisputed king of put-downs is definitely Red Foreman. The Foreman family patriarch is always ready with a cutting remark or creative threat regarding his foot and someone else's backside.
'Cause I'm a big, bald party pooper.
His most frequent target is his son Eric. Following a Christmas rager, Eric is left incredibly drunk, causing him to mock Red and vomit all over his shoes. As he lays recovering from a hangover on the couch and complaining that his head hurts, Red provides him with a cutting explanation.
My head hurts. That's your brain trying to comprehend its own stupidity.
Number 2, Boom, Roasted, The Office. The titular workplace of this mockumentary-style sitcom has seen a plethora of memorably funny insults.
I will not be blackmailed by some ineffectual, privileged, effete, soft-penis debutante.
We were more than a little tempted to include Robert California's takedown of Andy Bernard. But in the end, we had to give it to show lead Michael Scott.
Michael, you are the reason I drink. You are the reason I live to forget.
After holding a roast of himself when he sees how much stress he causes his employees, Michael is upset and takes a day off. However, he manages to ease the tension by roasting his employees back when he returns.
Stanley, you crush your wife during sex and your heart sucks. Boom, roasted.
His rapid-fire, simple, and occasionally lame insults are funny in their own right, but Michael adding "boom, roasted" to the end of each of them is icing on the cake.
Andy, Cornell call. They think you suck. And you're gayer than Oscar. Boom, roasted.
Boom, roasted.
I know I already said this, but I will say it again. Please share your favorites in the comments because, like I said, with a top 10 list, there's no way we got all of them. And there are so many funny ones that even I can think of right now. Anyway, as for our number 1 pick, I use it more than I care to admit. That is in no way a good clue, but let's check out some honorable mentions and then you will see what it is.
My dad said if I can't say anything nice, then I shouldn't say anything at all. But my dad's not here, and you're a weenie.
You know how they say it's been a pleasure? It hasn't.
Sweet fancy Moses. Elaine dance. It's more like a full-body dry heave. Set the music.
I'm a bad father.
You're also fat.
I'm also fat.
Okay, fine. You're a narcissist. Better.
You are a Nancy boy.
You are old.
You are oddly shaped.
Not quite at the end yet. Almost there, though. Just be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. All right, back to business. Number 1, Jerk Store, Seinfeld. There are TV show insults, and then there's Jerk Store. George Costanza rarely gets the better of those around him, as his inherently selfish nature usually gets in the way of his success.
Hey, George, the ocean called. They're running out of shrimp.
When a coworker mocks him during a meeting, George is angry that by the time he's come up with a comeback, the man's been transferred. His fanatical devotion to the insult is such that he goes to extreme lengths to use it, only for his target to fire back.
Well, the Jerk Store called. They're running out of you.
What's the difference? You're their all-time bestseller.
While his friends may not find it funny, we think it's iconically hilarious.
Normally, I would try to come up with some like funny, clever insult here, and then you guys would comment and be like, "That's lame, Rebecca," and I would be sad, so I'm just not gonna do that. But if you do want to insult me to my face, come at me on Twitter at Rebecca Brayton. I'm serious, don't come to my Twitter just to insult me, please. Also, be sure to comment on this video, like and subscribe, and watch this other video, you opposites of Batman. Boom, roasted.